Good day to you, our viewers. This is URP update in relations to the current situation that we are experiencing in Guyana. The United Republican Party believe that it is important for us to bring the nation up to date in relations to what is happening currently at a political level and also in relations to health. And that is why today we have invited the leader of the United Republican Party, Dr. Vishnu Bandhu, to give us some perspective in relations to what is happening in the country and URP's position on some critical issues. Dr. Bandhu, good day and welcome to Update.
Thank you, Ralph. It is very important for our people to know what's happening and what the URP plans and so forth.
Dr. Bandhu, the current situation in Guyana, generally, how do you conceptualize it?
Well, you know, we have two serious viruses in Guyana, and the one that people pay more attention to right now in Guyana is the political virus, the GCOM apneu virus. You know, people pay more attention to that right now than the coronavirus. You know, so we got two serious viruses in Guyana, and it is very sad to know that after 3 weeks, nearly a month now, we had election and result cannot come out as yet.
Yeah, that's very worrying.
From one court story to the other court story, they keep on bringing all the time. You know, I don't know if it's this what Mr. Granger talk about honesty, you know, on his billboard. You know,
honesty and
truth
decency.
And decency. He talk about honesty and decency, but I haven't seen any honesty and decency in Guyana from Mr. Granger. Because if he had honesty and decency, our vote will have been recounted already. Each ballot box in this country, from region 1 to region 10, would have been open, recount, and whoever is the winner will think. But it shows clearly today the reason for them not to recount is because they knew they lose this 2020 general election.
Dr. Bandhu, in relations to the recount, I think there's a petition before the court for a recount for region 4. You have said a recount from region 1 to 10.
Of course.
Why are you so adamant about this recount from region 1 to 10?
Because every party, especially the younger political parties, will feel more secure. Because we feel that our vote has gone both ways into the region, right? And it has done by GCOM. If the vote is a true vote, and if you get even 2 votes, you will be satisfied.
Because the boxes are recounted.
Because the boxes count from 1 to 10, and every vote has been counted. But right now, we have a bit of hesitation.
Dr. Bandhu, there have been a stagnation of the elections results, and the court has been a main obstacle in relations to getting the issues thoroughly dealt with, so that we can move towards the election. What is your opinion on all of these court issues that are currently on, and that is going to be filed more, because they are going to appeal, and then that appeal is going to have to go to open court, then it's going to have to go to the appeal court, and then to the Caribbean Court of Justice?
Well, Ralph, we can see clearly that they are using a delay tactic to frustrate people in Guyana. They want to frustrate these people. But what they are doing here, it's a very dangerous game they are playing. Because what they are playing here can outburst Guyana into a civil war in Guyana. And this wouldn't be a war like 1964, a racial war. A civil war means the people against the government or against the party that claim that they're winning. Because we can see the demonstration of people out there,
on a daily basis.
you know, on a daily basis and how people think and how people feel and what the world are saying about Guyana. But this APNU and the GCOM doesn't have no shame in Guyana. They have no shame at all by prolonging this issue going on.
Dr. Bandu, consistently on the campaign trail, and when you met with every one of the Observer Mission Group, you have said that the United Republican Party has no confidence in GCOM.
We are the only political party who have been opposing GCOM from day one. Because we are the only political party beside the APNU and the PPP have the experience what had been happening out there, because we contest the 2015 general election and we contest the 2018 local government election, and we have seen what GCOM have done. What GCOM has been doing, GCOM has controlled by the PVP and by the PNC. And I had a meeting, you were there in that meeting in the board, when I said to them that my experience and the URP experience, that if it's a PPP area, the GCOM, if you don't have people to count your vote or witness the count, they take your vote and they put it in the PPP's file. And if it's a PNC area, they take your vote and they put it in the PNC file because you don't have no counting agent there.
And I think you also spoke to them about financing, financing so that these political parties can get the necessary resources to do that.
Of course, we spoke about all of that. But you see, the two major political parties had all the finance. They can go to these businesses and collect millions of dollars. And because they make promises to these businesses, they will do so and so for them. And the business pour out their money into their pockets so that they can be able to get the election going and they can win the election, and they will be well off, because a businessman, if he give you $1 million, he expects $10 million back for it. You know, and that's what has been going on in this country.
Dr. Bandu, we are at a stalemate, at a junction here that is very critical in relation to us moving forward. What is your suggestion in relation to moving this process to results declaration?
My suggestion is that the APNU PNC should call off their people who putting these injunctions and get the vote count properly, so that people will be satisfied, and whoever win the election will take their seat in government and we'll move on with our life.
In relation to the recount, GCOM objection to CARICOM counting. What is your opinion on CARICOM coming back, not as counting but as observers?
I think the CARICOM should come back as observer. I think not only the CARICOM but other institutions like Carter Center, I'm sure that they will be willing to come back to see that it comes properly. And we should invite them back so that they can come back and see. So whenever the election declare the winner, nobody has nothing to say, right? But you are seeing clearly, if the APNU said they are winning, they win. But why, if you win, why are you afraid to recount the ballots? Right? So it shows clearly that they lose the election. And the PPP won the majority in the election.
Dr. Bandu, I know we want to, you want to continue more on the election and what has happened, but there is another serious situation that Guyana is facing right now, and that is COVID-19.
Yeah.
Dr. Bandu, what is your view in relation to what the government has done so far and what is happening currently and what should happen?
In fact, we don't have a government.
That's correct.
Right? So who are sitting in the seats of the ministries? They haven't done anything. Zero. Right? All over the world, because of the virus and because of the germs and so forth, you will see countries will go, look, Venezuela in a terrible situation. You know, right now, Venezuela, every home they spray, every street, all over the area to preserve the environment. Right? We haven't done anything of such in Guyana. Right? We haven't been hearing anything seriously from the health ministry in Guyana what they are doing or what is their preparation toward this fiasco.
Dr. Bandu, the government under the management, I should say, of Mr. Nagamutu has formed a task force to fight COVID-19. Have the United Republican Party been invited as a stakeholder in that fight?
From the APNU?
From the APNU, yeah.
No. The APNU only saying things. They have never said anything. In fact, they had a press conference the other day with Horman and Tratman and some other person. And they said they would like to meet with all the other political parties. But they never ever even attempt to invite a political party to meet with them. At least the PPP has invited us to meet with them towards the free and fair election. And we went there. And we sat down with them and we discussed things about the free and fair election. Because every one of us wants to see that we have a free and fair election in Guyana. Just because we went there and we sat down there, you hear people come out and say, I'm a PPP.
Yes, the
right?
URP members were branded.
Yeah, that URP is PPP now, because we stood up there. Now the other day, when they was talking against the sanction, the URP, the only one stood up in the opposition and said, we do not agree with the sanction.
Then you turn APNU then?
Yeah, and then now you hear people saying that I'm APNU now. Right? So I don't know which one really I am, PPP or APNU, but I was never a member of the PPP, I was never a member of the APNU, I have always been a URP. No other political party but the United Republican Party. So this is how the mentality of our people in Guyana, this is the shallowness of thinking that we are having. That is why we say at a time like this, although we are having this problem, the political problem, every political party should come together to fight this disease or this virus that we are having here today. Everybody should come together because a political party, when they start to go in politics, politics is about the people. But none of you showing that you really care about these people. All of you care about power. And you're seeing that clearly. Everybody is power we are talking about.
The
right?
PPP Civic has invited the United Republican Party to join them in relations to a task force that has been set up by the presidential candidate, Dr. Irfan Ali. Your views on it, and would URP be participating in such a forum?
URP will be participating in anything what is good for the people. I have been saying this on our platform all the time. If URP sit in parliament and the PPP table a motion and it's good for the people, we'll support it. If the PNC APNU table a motion and good for the people, we'll support it. If we don't feel it's good for the people, we would not support it. And this is where we comes in, showing that we stood up with the PPP for the free and fair election. We spoke about the sanction, that we are not in favor of sanction. Right? We're the only political party stood up and say that. Right? And then the APNU also say that. So they put me and the APNU together because we say that. But I haven't looked at the sanction. Guyana does not have no kind of money to fight anything. If you shut down Guyana and this virus come on, every one of you who out there talking about sanction, you're the first one will die. Because this virus doesn't have rich and poor and whatever.
It's across the board.
It's across the board. Everybody going the same places. But what will happen if you have limited amount of machine in Guyana? All the top politicians them will get looked after first. All the rich people who can pay money, pay bribe to get themselves tested will get through first, and all the grassroots people will have to wait in line and die in line.
Dr. Bandu, you made a statement just prior to us coming on air. You said that this election is going to be decided not by which political party has the most votes at the polls, but which political party has dealt effectively with the coronavirus.
Of course.
Your thoughts?
Of course. Because that's what you're showing, you're demonstrating right there, right? That you care about the people. You care about every human being in Guyana. Because you're fighting for the people. You're fighting for survival. No political party can tell you that they'll keep you alive. None. No. Right? We have to try to teach people to prevent ourselves from getting to the virus by eating the right thing, by, do the right hygiene works, yeah. Washing your hand,
social distancing.
Yeah, social distancing, itching of throat sign, coughing sign, because every person's body react differently. It wouldn't have the same effect, right? And we have to learn. We have doctors in this country. They are good doctors, but they are not experienced in this.
Right, I think that's a challenge.
Right, it's a big challenge. They are not experienced, so we have to look at the outside world. What this thing affecting seriously, like New York, like Europe, Italy. And all Italy, all these countries, right? We have to look at those countries and listen what is going on, how to prevent this thing. In fact, they're talking about wearing gloves. I learned that wearing gloves is more dangerous.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you hold your cell phone with the gloves and yet you put it in the air, the virus is there. So the best thing is to do, wash your hand as often as possible. The gloves is no good. We have to learn from that. And then again, shutting down an area or shutting down your country is not the right way to go, because it has been proven in New York right now. The mayor said he made a serious mistake by shutting down the whole place. He should have shut down the section of the older section.
Oh yeah,
the old people, because it said the virus affect more from 60 years upward.
Yeah.
Right? So if you take the young people and you keep them with the old people, it tends to catch on faster.
Person. Yeah. Because you would quarantine them in one place.
Right. So what they should have done, they should have keep on the job going with the younger people and quarantine the older folks. Mm-hmm. Not the young folks. Mm-hmm. And we should learn from that. That's one experience. Not to close down this country. If a village has the virus, then don't close down the whole village.
Just isolate
the older folks who have it. So it would not affect the younger people too much.
Dr. Bandu, just before we wrap up, I just want to talk to you a little bit about some of the measures that you believe, the economic measures that you believe will help the Guyanese people in this time of for the coronavirus, whether it be what relief would you want to suggest?
Well, first of all, we got to know what money we have to suggest relief. Mm-hmm. Right? As far as I'm concerned, Guyana has nothing. They're talking about sanction and they have nothing. Right? Guyana since 2005, from the previous government, they have a flooding in East Coast. Mm-hmm. Right? I could recall I was the president of the Arizona Tri-State Organization in New York, and we had collected nearly $100,000 and sent over 3 persons in this country to buy mattress and so on and distribute in those areas, right? And since then, the previous government didn't learn anything, and this government never learned anything to put aside a fund for disaster in Guyana. So when you're telling me about economical thing, what we can be able to offer people, how you can offer people something where you don't have?
You don't have a contingency fund to deal with that.
You don't have nothing to deal with it, right? And nobody tried to look into the future. We are looking from a day-to-day system in Guyana from the past 50 odd years. nobody look further ahead, right? For disaster, but health program and all these things like that. The URP are the only political parties talking about these things. Those of you who look through our manifesto see that we cover actually everything what Guyana really needed. None of them puts out a manifesto with us. None political party, you know. And it makes sense. Even the APNU been using some of our things from our manifesto, but we don't mind. If it make Guyana better, that's it. That's what we want, you know, to make Guyana a better place. See, so we would like to talk a lot about the economical situation of people, about relief and so forth, because, for instance, people who are not working should have some kind of relief from government so that they can carry on with their life.
Correct.
Right? Medical should be up to date. That is the number one in our country. Right? People who can't pay their rent, you should be able to assist them.
Yep, and defer cases.
Defer. But how can we talk about, there's so much thing we can talk about for release. Look right now. All over the world, gas price has gone down. Right? URP had called 175% relief on gas if they would have been government. Right? Guyana prices remain the same thing in gas for transportation. So you are not even making an attempt to reduce this price to make people's life easier.
In this time of crisis.
And this crisis.
And I mean a significant reduction.
Yes.
Not just removing
significant reduction we are talking about.
Yeah, because it's going to impact everyone.
Right? They have calculated at $68 a barrel for oil. Today is $28 US for oil. So if the price gone down and all over the world bring down their gas price, what happened to Guyana?
Yeah, we got
Why we are not bringing down our gas price?
We need to live too.
We need to live. We need our transportation costs to go down. You know? But there are not many things that we can do because we do not have a government. And that is why it's important for us to come up with a decision and having a government who the people choose in Guyana. Right? And it is very, very important. The recount, I'm calling upon the chairperson, Claudette Singh, to make your decision in this country. You are very important in this country to make things happen. And you should make that decision. The calling an APNU to let their people withdraw from those court proceedings and let us go on with our life in Guyana. If you, Mr. Granger, say, but decency and honesty, show your decency and honesty. And then we'll know, yes, you meant what you said. But you haven't been doing the thing that you said. In the front of the camera, you're telling people one thing, and behind you are doing secret thing like a hypocrite. That's what you have been doing in Guyana. You look like a real hypocrite in what you're doing. So I'm appealing to each and every one of you. Please, we'll continue this talk every day. We'll try to put out something on this and keep you up to date. What is our thought, what's URP thought, what we should do and what we shouldn't do. But we are in any political parties that come up with a strategy of doing good for the people, the URP is here to assist. I don't care if it's the APNU, I don't care if it's the PPP. But as long as it will be beneficial to Guyana and its people, the URP always made it clear we are here to serve, not to be served. And I want to send that message out.
Thank you, Dr. Bandu. That was Dr. Bandu, the presidential candidate for the United Republican Party, on this, which would be our daily update in relation to the current situation in Guyana. One statement that Dr. Bandu made that is very important is that this political situation and who leads this country will be decided in relation to who led the fight with the coronavirus. Because if there is no one left here, there will be no citizens to lead. Thank you so much.